No, I was asking this Bitcoin's price per share. Like if I buy Bitcoin,
right now?
my right, like my return when I buy Bit. But what you're doing
What?
is fine. You can start with the beginning.
Yeah. So what's the current value of Bitcoin now?
Let me get that for you. I'm getting in my Robinhood now.
Yeah, because we got to do a cross. We're gonna do a cross comparison right there with the numbers. Like, we do
Yeah,
numbers, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
right now, Tony, it's like 102,000.
No, it's 101,623.
Okay, okay.
All right. So I'm gonna round it off to 102. All right, I'm gonna round it off to 102.
All right.
So that's 102,000, and then we're going to round. Because if we're gonna do percentages, we're gonna rock this. So ours right now is 25 cents per share. Well, one of them is. Let me do the one that's off. Yeah, I'm gonna do the ones off of 25 cents instead of the one that's 50. All right. So Bitcoin is Bitcoin is it's $102 per coin, and ours is
No, it's
25.
100. It's 102,000 for one Bitcoin.
It's 100,000 now.
Yeah, it's like 102.
102,000.
Oh, 102.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna round that off at 102. I'm gonna keep it at 102. And then we have co-op. Then we have co-ops at 25 cents per share. All right. So now when you're looking at this, right, what do you think people are attracted to from a visual? This is real
That big
talk.
number. That big number.
That 102, they're looking at the beauty of the 102,000, right? And but they're not paying attention to they're not paying attention to the decimals. Because on the decimals, on the Bitcoin side, the decimals on the right side of the decimal, there's more digits on the decimal. So the current value, there's more digits. There's more digits on the left side of the decimal, meaning that's in the dollar. It's in the dollar value now, right? And the same thing with the co-op. So they see 102,000 versus 25 cents, but that's not what they should be paying attention to. What should they be paying attention to? The amount of coins do you have, right? And then the amount of stock that you have. So we're gonna go Bitcoin versus stock, right? All right. So the next one, what do you want me to do next? So
No, that's it. That's it.
we're establishing those numbers. So now, so we did the thing to where someone had 100,000 shares of stock with the co-op, right? And that 102 is only one Bitcoin. Do y'all get that? Bitcoin, original par value versus the current value, which is 102, is valued at 1. And then you have co-op stock at the original par value of 0.001 at 20, currently at 25 cents per share, valued at 100,000 shares, right? Then that value at the co-op would be 25,000 versus 25,000 versus 102,000, right? What do you think? Which one do you think is attainable? The 102,000 at one Bitcoin, or 100,000 shares at 25 cents at the $25,000 value, right?
It,
I'm
it,
using.
it, it,
100,000
it, it,
shares.
it depends. Go ahead, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it would be more accessible for us at the 25 cents par value at 100,000, well, of 100,000 shares, which would equal out to 25,000.
Exactly. So I'm just utilizing. I'm just using out 100,000. I'm just using out 100,000 shares. I just threw that out, right? Every member in our organization has a minimum of 1 million shares. So let's put it in real perspective now. I did that on purpose. So let's put it into real perspective now. 1 million shares. Hold on. Now the numbers change. They got 1 million. They got 1 million shares, and now their stock right now, their book value is worth 250,000 book value. Because that's all crypto is book value. Exact same thing. Because to access the Bitcoin, you got to get somebody. You have to get somebody willing to pay for it, right? But now, what is the difference between Bitcoin and the co-op stock or any stock, right? People are buying. We don't issue fractionals. So a lot of people who are getting pumped up in the side and have fractional pieces of a coin. Correct? That correct on
That's correct.
fractional. So in the co-op right now, I'm gonna let on fly this one. We're offering free membership for the next 6 months. I mean for 6 months. Ends March 3rd. We're giving you our internal currency, which is MCA credit, which you can call equivalent to Bitcoin, right? So let's do those numbers on. Let's do those one by one of those numbers. So if you come in free right now,
Uh-huh.
and we're saying, hey, we're gonna give you 6 months for free for coming in and joining the co-op. And what we're gonna do is all you got to do is come in and learn, educate yourself, understand what's going on, and help prepare yourself right there to and see if you like it. You don't like it, you get to keep the 150 MCA credits. So now let's talk about what you're going to get, right? And then we're going to cross comparison with the Bitcoin right now, where you have to pay for, but we're giving you something for free. And then my job is to get liquidity for this, right? So let's do that. Let's do those numbers real quick, right? So they're coming in. We're giving them how many MCA credits?
150.
150 MCA credits. MCA credits are our internal currency, which is member capital account. That's what MCA credits are. Our member capital account, right? They have a conversion rate into shares. Just remember I say we don't sell shares. You don't have access to any of our corporate shares. You have to be a member. And the only way that you can access corporate shares within our internal organization, which is the pre-market, is via these MCA credits. You see? So now let's see the value. Let's see the value. Let's do a real value. Give me the real value on for our member for tier zeros.
The total 150 is 150,000 shares converted into 150,000 shares.
All right, so to convert, we're not going to. Oh, I guess I don't want to show the conversion rate. So the conversion rate is a certain uh, amount that you convert these MCA ins. So when you convert those into MCA shares, that means you have 100. Is it 150,000?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that gets you 150. That gives you access to get 150,000 shares in one of our entities by just converting those 150 MCA credits. Now, price per share, 25 cents per share on.
37,000.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
37,500.
500.
So you're getting the book value for free for just coming in, checking out what's going on, learning and whatnot for free. You're getting a $37,000 500 book value. Now let's say the hell with the co-op. I'm not finna do all that shit, right? I'm gonna stick with my Bitcoin, right? You keep paying attention to the Bitcoin over there. See the Bitcoin, right? 102,000, right? 102,000 just for one coin. Here you got 150,000 for free, right? What if that stock price goes up to $10? Let's put the stock price at $10. Your stock value just went up to 375. Your book value just went up to 375,000 for free. That you didn't even do anything. You say times 10. Imagine it went to 100,000 to $100. $100 per share. $100 a share on 3 $6.75 million book value. If we went to $100 a share, you did nothing. Now just imagine if you edified yourself and kept patronizing with the co-op and grew your MCA credits for your conversion into other classes of shares. See, those are those numbers that these other companies don't do for you. They just tell you they're going to make you $1 million. No, show me how I'm going to get $1 million value. I don't want to make $1 million. I want to get $1 million in assets, because that $1 million in asset is going to have a cash flow value to it. And it's also going to have a percentage of which I can leverage and access that capital to build that asset base, right? There you go. Anything else on?
That's it. I just want to do the compare contrast. Look how much. So everybody, what he just explained. Look how much. Somebody trying to say something.
No, no. Go ahead.
So look how much money you have to spend to get a whole Bitcoin. Versus look how much money he's essentially get. So our MCA credits are worth $1. So it's dollar for dollar internally. He's giving you 100. So he's paying you literally $150, right? And then look at what that's converted into for free. That's entry into the co-op. It dwarfs what Bitcoin. So what Bitcoin, the dollar price, the price per coin of a Bitcoin today, he dwarfs it, and he gave it to you for free.
And I think
Now
the
that's
other, I think the other mechanism, I think that they miss in the also the comparison that we didn't go over right real quick, is the security. It's the security aspect of it, right? Someone steals your wallet, your crypto is gone. It's not traceable. It's over. You try to do a deal with someone and you send them crypto, and then they don't follow through with their end of the obligation. Your crypto gone. It doesn't work with stock like that, because you have an intermediary. The intermediary is the DTC. They are the settlement agency in which transactions take place, digital transactions that take place. That is the security and of the transaction. And plus the security, the stock is in street name, which is in seeding company. Seeding, when you deposit them in seeding company, which is the financial institution that deposits securities, it is deposited in street name. The street name helps with the facilitation of transactions between parties from one account to another account, right? So it can't be stolen. That's the key. And your stock is trackable. The transactions are trackable. This is the same system that the Federal Reserve operates off of, which they call the Federal Reserve. The DTC is the Federal Reserve, the DTC is the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is just white labeled the DTC's processes into their own services to offer products and services to the public. All the settlement takes place on the DTC. Hence the reason why there's CUSIP numbers that are sitting, which are the serial numbers that are on the Federal Reserve notes, and hence those are the serial numbers, the CUSIP numbers that are on stock certificates, bonds, or whatever. Those are being transmitted through the settlement statements through the DTC, so transactions can be facilitated from one party to another. That's where the power is. You never knew about the system. No one never explain that to the system. I've been through the system. I know what it is, y'all. Firsthand knowledge, firsthand practical knowledge. I know it works. Done it. And you also see it done every day. All you got to do is go. If you don't believe me, go go to your brokerage account, go to the SEC, go to whoever, look up any company that's publicly traded, pull up their offering memorandum or their S1 registration statement or whatever, and look for the CUSIP number. Look for the CUSIP number. Soon as you see that CUSIP number, then you know what I'm talking about. We have the ability to give ourselves the reparations that we need. We have the remedy. We don't need them to give us shit. We have the remedy, y'all. The remedy has always been there. They're too busy distracting us. I stayed focused so we can have this. We got to have something for us. This is ours.
I mean, this VR, I want to say I'm sold, man. So like, sign me up. Like, I want to become a member. Like, I'm intrigued by the trial thing. Like, just get a whole understanding of seeing how it worked and everything. I've been hearing on Glock, a few others talk about it. I was curious about it, but I'm sold. I mean, like the whole little approach. I like how you come in. You only learn what you learn. You can only fire yourself. So I like that concept. So I mean,
Yeah.
shout out to y'all, man, and shout out to
Oh,
you on
appreciate you, bro.
too, man. Like I've been
Oh,
following
appreciate you, Dion.
for a minute. And he never let me down. He rough with me. He tough with me, but I see why. I see why now. You know what I mean? And shout out to you too, man. Real rap, man. And shout out to y'all whole crew. Like y'all inspired me. Y'all shook something under me. Y'all lit a fire under me. You know, I'm glad to learn something today. And man, let's build, man. Y'all got it.
No,
Hey,
no.
hey,
This
hold on,
nigga,
hold on.
this nigga, he an asshole,
Chase,
bro. But
Chase,
he know what
Chase,
he be talking
Chase,
about.
Hold on a
Chase.
second. Hold
Hey,
on.
Chase, do you hear me, cuz? We got the
No, I got you,
replays on.
bro.
Let's not do
My
that.
fault, my fault.
Hey,
Be cool, fam.
hey, VR, it's in love. It's you notice, man. Anybody who knows me know, man. Myself, Tanen, a lot of people in this co-op, man, and Glock, a lot of people in thinking out loud. You know what I'm saying? We'll give our shirts off the. I'll literally give my shirt. We will give our shirts off our back to help you, right? And in the process of doing that, if somebody come off the mic and is obtuse, argumentative, abrasive, you know what I'm saying, or just trolling, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give you that attention you want, and then I'm gonna get back to the edification, right? Now, a lot, I troll. I'm human too. I like to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But now y'all see why people like myself and Glock and others fought so hard to get these concepts out. Fought so hard for you to hear it. You know what I'm saying? We talking about 2, 3 years. And before Glock joined, it was in a lot of these rooms that we all be in. It was just me. You see what I'm saying? Uh, that I got that temperament. Everybody. I don't expect everybody that don't have my temperament or Glock's temperament to do what we did, to be heard. You see what I'm saying? So now you heard it from the person who taught us. The person. This is brainchild. 34 years in. You see what I'm saying? So that's why myself and Glock, we took a step back so you can hear from the horse's mouth the concepts that y'all heard us fighting to say, to share. You see, it's not hyperbole. It's not a pipe dream. You see what I'm saying? And then when you join, if and when you join, right, and you come to the classes and you see when you're going to see just how much we held back. You're going to see when myself and others can be transparent. You're going to see what we've been trying to say, and that's no knock against you. Everybody has a day one. I didn't come into this co-op knowing what I know today. I didn't know that. I didn't. I'll be lying to you if I said I did. But it took for me to sit down, edify myself to get a better understanding where I can even articulate what it is. And I'm still learning, right? So when you come in, I'm you. I was you when I first came in. I'm telling you now. You don't eat an elephant in one bite. You don't eat a cheeseburger in one bite. What you eat it one bite at a time. And before anybody, I don't want nobody come in and get discouraged, or if somebody in this room right now feeling discouraged, I'm number two in the company, and I was you when I first came. So I'm letting you know it ain't just you. Nobody's expected to come off this street and know exactly what this is. When he said, I expect you to work, I want your sweat equity, he expects you to be active. I expect you to be active. When you come in here, and get this edification, right? And activists come into the classes. If you don't, and you miss 30 days, you will be revocated. And revocated means removed. Your whatever you have will be transferred to the public side because you just told us that you don't want the edification, right? And I've let this be known for anybody that came in the co-op a year ago, 2, 3 years ago, that's in this room right now. I've texted you, I called you, I reached out to you, said, hey man, if you don't come, you will be revocated. So I don't want no misunderstandings before you. This ain't I'm gonna grab something like Robinhood and forget about it for 10 years. That's not what this is. If you think that's what this is, do not come into this co-op. Straight up. So VR, it's when you ready, fam. I'm not here to judge you, fam. If you finally ready today, we'll welcome you with open arms.
Okay, let me ask you, like, are you public right now?
No,
No,
Chase.
No, no, I didn't hear what you. I didn't hear. I just came in late, so I didn't know.
I'm only saying it
no.
in that manner because by law, that's something that you can't discuss to the public.
Yeah, yeah,
That
true,
would be
true.
considered insider
Yeah,
trading.
yeah,
So
true. Yeah.
I can't even allow that question to be asked. Another individual asked that earlier, and it was stated in the chat that we can't speak of that. But for anyone that is interested in the co-op, there have been links that the co-op members have been placing in the chat in order for anyone that wants to look into it, whether it's just from the informative space or from actually joining as a lifetime member. Um, those links will be placed in the chat again. And if you don't have time to check those links out within this conversation before we end this room in the next couple of minutes, you will be able to go back and listen to the replays. We're going to leave the replays up for about 3 to 4 days, and then we're going to take it down and upload it to all audio platforms. So once this session is uploaded to all audio platforms, if you don't see the replays listed on the house, all you have to do is reach out to one of the members of the Loud Pack Mob squad up here, and they will be able to direct you to those links in those different channels that will have this podcast or this recording on it. Also, shouts out to everybody that pulled up. We thank you for the questions. We thank you for spamming the chat, asking questions in the chat, keeping the conversation going, confirming information, bringing other information to the forefront for us to address during this session. Shouts out to Tanen, on the rest of the members of the co-op. It's a lot of y'all in here. I would go name for name, but I probably have more albums than Tupac by the time I get finished. So we want to make sure we just, give our love and appreciation to the entire co-op for this informative piece. Um, Also, to anyone that enjoyed the space, we do have the Loud Pack Cash App up top. That is for our community initiatives and endeavors. That is not for our own personal use by any means. We are fully transparent with how that works and what's going on behind the scenes with that. So if you would like to donate, whether it's a dollar or anything that you have on your heart, please tap that link up top and send it. We will also make sure that we give you a shout out to let you know that we received your donation. Um, but at the end of it all, as I stated, if you are interested in the co-op, reach out to me on Tannen, any co-op member that you may be following in the room right now. There's several of us in here, whether on the mod squad in the audience or as a speaker on stage.
Hey,
And
Glock,
I think, yes, sir.
could you could I just say everybody, if you're interested in the co-op, inbox me. Just inbox me. Could you check your phone right quick? Could I do that?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. I got you.
All right, all right.
Yeah, I'm old. I don't know how to inbox or any of that shit, bro.
Just
Hey Chase, this is being recorded, bro. Please, respect the order, please.
Bro, Billy, come on, man.
so Chase,
Chase, I just saw your message. You got it. But Chase, I need you to understand that the replays are on. We're not doing that, fam. And I don't want to handle you like that because you are my brother. but business is business. Let's not do that. You got it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So everybody that don't know how to operate Clubhouse, just hit my PTR and hit message, and then let me know if you're interested. Right? I'm gonna do an onboarding room, because like I said, like he said, they're recording it. Right? I'm gonna do an onboarding room in a great conversation. Um, I'm gonna say 4 p.m. Central, so that's an hour and 30 minutes today, and then I'm gonna do another one tomorrow, 12 p.m. Right? And then if seeing how that goes, I can do another one on Monday. Right? So today, in an hour and 30 minutes, I'm gonna open a room so we can onboard you. I'm gonna let Tannen do the announcement. Tannen, he's gonna do an announcement. He can do it here, or he can do it in the onboarding room. Um, and then we'll go from there. So in an hour and 30 minutes, I'm gonna do an onboarding room. If anybody's interested, it's gonna be in a great conversation. I'm gonna schedule the room. Then I'm gonna do another one, 12 p.m. I'll hold off on the announcement, and I'll let Tannen do that.
Yeah, bet. Yeah, so because I can finish up, I'll finish up everything. And now, before I step off, I'm going to close. Let me close on this one, brother Glock D. Now, now, folks in here that are crypto. No, that. This wasn't an attack on any of my boy crypto because we no, I like crypto too, right? We have our own coin, right? We the difference is that we know how to bring our coin to the market the way that we're bringing it to the market, our NFTs, all of that. We're bringing it to the market in a certain way, but we just want to make sure you understand the other side of the ledger on how we're doing it to where our stuff is going to be the its value as it is because it's going to be backed by an asset. You see what I mean? It's going to be backed by an asset. Imagine having a coin that we utilize in our commerce within our ecosystem and is back has a value backed by a hard cash flowing asset. That's something to think about, y'all. So
And also, before we head out, we do have one story from Victoria Lowe. She stated that she wanted to share a story. So, Victoria, if you would like to take a brief second to give that submission. After that, we're gonna shut this room down. I'm gonna give the announcement, and then I'm gonna do this nice little tag that I got for the team. Y'all know what it is. I ain't gonna yell it right now, but Victoria, are you by your mic?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead, sister. You got it.
Okay, I would like to share my story. About 3 years ago, I had heard about this company, and they were giving away 600 shares at the time. And I said, "Well, who gives away 600 shares? Oh, it's nothing to that. 600. Who's going to give me that? They don't even know me." So I kept hearing it. I kept hearing it on here. I heard it on Fanbase. I heard it somewhere else. And then I started paying attention because some of the language sounded a little familiar. So I said to myself, "Oh, what the heck? I don't done Amway this way, my way, and everybody else's way." So by the time I inquired about it, the free was over. I was like, "Oh man, I missed out." So I inquired, and it was $1,000. I was like, "Oh my goodness, 1,000." So I said, "Okay." I loved the way the information was presented. I decided to invest 1,000. And when I put 1,000 in, I told On, I say, "Don't call me. Don't say nothing to me about it. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. Just let it sit, and when it grows, then let me know." Then I thought about it. I said, "That's my hard earned money." And I got back connected. And I cannot get enough of seeking this information. So if you're looking for a good place to patronize your dollar, please, please pay attention to this co op. It's the best thing that I could have done to change my life. Thank you.
And with that being said, I think we're gonna end on that one because that's a great testimony. Appreciate that, Victoria. But like I said, I appreciate y'all for coming and thinking out loud, staying with us during this educational segment. To those of you that have tapped the Cash App up top and donated, I haven't checked the email yet, but I will definitely be getting to you in regards to giving you a shout out. And we greatly appreciate your support. As always, y'all know what it is. Loud pack, and we out.
Read.